Hello, everybody. Welcome to your final week of your free real estate education. This is week 15, and we are wrapping this program up by helping you develop a business plan. And who better than Rick Geha to set you up with your business plan? This is something that he teaches all over the world. He is my mentor's mentor and a friend of mine based out of the Bay Area, a world-renowned real estate coach, trainer, and an all-around just wonderful, fantastic human being with a hell of a wardrobe. I'm going to bring on my good friend right now. Rick, how are you, my friend? How's Cabo?
Cabo is amazing. I keep getting text messages about hate to interrupt your vacation. I go, while it's a great area to be, this is definitely not a vacation, but it's nice to do work in such a great environment with the ocean and the pools and everything. So yeah.
Well, that's beautiful. So can you tell everybody what you're doing down there in Cabo?
Yeah, it's a 700 person mastermind about the art of building both leveraged income through a revenue share program and how to build your real estate business such that you become the kind of person that other people want to work around and be with. So it's listening to other great people talk about how they've succeeded and sharing, contributing. It's great.
Beautiful, my brother. Well, hey, I'll go ahead and I will. I know you've got a presentation for everybody, and that we got started a little bit late because I had to do some updates on my computer. So I'm gonna go. Can you go tell everybody a little bit about who you are and about getting their business plan started? I'm gonna send it to you.
All right, great. And the people are on. I've never used this platform, so they're already on here. David, is that correct?
Yep, everybody is already tuned in.
Okay, terrific. Well, thank you all for spending some time with me this morning. And I want to say that David's introduction was very generous. And at the end of the day, we surround ourselves with people that we feel enrich our lives. And most often they're a reflection of ourselves. So David couldn't see anything that he loves about me unless he also had those similar characteristics. And I got to tell you, from the minute David Serpa and I met, we've been good friends and collaborators. David has a mind like no one's I've ever met. He thinks in a forward visionary way. And I think we are all fortunate to have him in our lives, especially those of you who've got to spend the last 15 weeks with him. So really quickly, I'm about to celebrate in a few weeks 41 years selling houses. And I do that in Northern California in the Bay Area and the surrounding areas around there. And I'm pretty darn excited here in my 41st year about what's going on in the market and what we're capable of creating for ourselves. Now, David's gone through all of these weeks to show you how to become successful in the real estate business. And I've got to tell you that the idea about a real estate business that a lot of people don't get in the beginning is that it is a business that you are creating for yourselves. You are responsible for your business. You are the CEO, the CFO, the chief marketing officer. You are all of that in one. The biggest mindset problem with people who come into real estate is that they are so involved inside the business that they don't stop and look at it from a 30,000 foot view down on the business. So this is a unique business in that you have to be working in it while you are working on it. Okay, and let me tell you a little bit about what that means. When you're working in real estate, you're doing the activities, you're generating leads, you're making your calls, you're doing the transactions. These are all vital parts of working in the business. When you're working on the business, you come up into the air 30,000 feet above your business and you look down at yourself being sometimes the only employee. As my dad used to say, the chief cook and bottle washer. Meaning you were doing everything. And so you're doing the financing, the accounting, like everything falls on your shoulders in the beginning. So the idea is do as much as you can to sell as many houses early on so you can take some of that money and reinvest back into your business. Now, we're talking about taking a 30,000 view on your business. And to do that, you have to start selling real estate with the mindset that I will control my business will not control me. And I hope that makes sense to you because we all get lost in this. I do too, even still after 41 years in getting lost in the day-to-day and not paying attention to building a business. We like to say it's the difference between a firefighter and an architect, okay? A firefighter is putting out fires all day, and an architect is designing their day. And so I want you to think about you as an architect of your business and of your days in the business. And that starts out with remembering that there are so many other things that go on in your lives that are not selling real estate. What? I've got to sleep, I've got to work out, I've got to eat, I've got to have great and healthy relationships, starting with a great and healthy relationship with myself. These are all the foundational pieces of living a great life while building an incredible and successful real estate sales business. It is not a job, it is a business, okay? You are an entrepreneur. Whether you think of it that way or not, you have to be thinking seriously about what are the things that I can plan to do ahead of time. The best way to do that, and I will be sharing my screen shortly, is to build a business plan, all right? Now, the act of going through this entire business plan workbook and finishing it at a very high level, and by the way, I've got to say this, it's given to us complimentary of a company called Workman Success Systems, the company that when I coach and coach others for money, that's the company I coach with. It's an incredible workbook because it has a way that it combines life and business together so that you're planning your life and your business. And it's not something that I've seen in any workbook, any business plan workbooks prior to this. So I'm excited about the opportunity to share it with you. I'll send it to David, and David can email it all to you. Now, let's see. How do I, David, oh, thank you. Okay. If we can tab up to the table of contents, David, that would be great.
You have control over that on your side.
Oh, okay, I do. Let's see. How do I do that? Let's see. Okay, I can't see, David. I'm sorry about how to move the booklet.
You're sharing your screen right now, so you should be able to just click onto your computer screen and click through your workbook or scroll through it.
Is it scrolling now?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. So I just had to get out of that camera area and go right to the document itself. Okay, so this business plan workbook, I want you to remember, ladies and gentlemen, that the idea behind the business plan workbook is that it generally gets done in September, October, November for the following year. But as the number of people I coach, I also have them redo it at every quarter or at every half. It's totally up to them. Remember, the year can be split up into thirds. That's every 4 months. It can be split up into quarters. It's every 3 months or half every 6 months. So there's no bad time to redo a business plan. If you are just starting in the business, there's nothing like building a business plan from the beginning, because here's the beautiful thing about this. You will probably spend anywhere from 7 to 20 hours of your time to make this an incredible business plan workbook. Meaning it's going to take some noodling, some thinking, some collaboration with those who care about you, and also collaboration with people who you respect and admire. And even if I'm just going to wipe my camera a little bit, even if they are not in the real estate business, but they know and love you and want to help you succeed, a lot of the things that you will do here will require their input. Remember, I am not capable of seeing my blind spots. That's why they're called blind spots. I can't see them. So it is sometimes incumbent on us to ask others who care about us, both in and out of the business, to help us to see the blind spots so that we can take care of them, that we can work on those. So, and remember, you can have a strength in a blind spot and you can have a weakness in a blind spot. You may have a strength that you're not aware of, so you're not using it enough. But others who love you and can see you from the outside, or who have a 30,000-foot view of you, are more capable of helping you with that blind spot. Now, probably the most basic mindset change that has to happen for you as you proceed in your real estate business is this one. You have to be able to look in the mirror and not only say, I am amazing, but truly believe it at a very core level. So you need to be able to look in the mirror and see someone that you know from the very core of you is an incredible person, capable of anything. Okay? And most people don't. They might hear it. They might hear me say it. They'll go stand in the mirror and go, I am amazing. Really, who you fooling? Right? You really got to believe it at the depths, the core of who you are as a person. And sometimes to do that, you are lacking, listen to this, you are lacking in the belief that you are amazing. Yet I'll bet you that I could, if I knew you for 10 or 15 minutes, help you to name 3 to 4 people who already believe in you more than you believe in yourself. And sometimes when we're not confident, we don't believe we're amazing, we have to borrow other people's beliefs. A lot of people ask me as a coach, they say, do you think belief comes before action or action comes before belief? And my answer is always yes, right? And you might be thinking, yes, which one did you answer? The answer is yes to both of them. Because sometimes you have to take action that's totally in discomfort, totally against what you believe to be true. You will get results, and that builds your belief. Sometimes you have the belief, and that drives your actions, all right? So it's very important to know that neither one is all in or all out. It doesn't matter which one. If you have to borrow some loved ones or somebody that knows and respects you for belief, then borrow it and then let that drive you to go out and do the actions. The business plan workbook is broken up into all these different segments, and probably the most significant of the entire thing is the first 5 items: the strategic plan, the personal objectives, the core values, the mission statement, and the SWOT analysis. The rest of them you can take a little bit at a time, but those 5 are what get you started, because when you come back to do the business plan later in the year or redo it at the end of the year for 2022, you'll already have the strategic plan, the personal objectives, the core values, the mission statement, the SWOT analysis done, which are the most time consuming and probably the most significant in building a foundation for a successful real estate business. Now, I will tell you, when people say, what is the real estate business? It's simply this. It's a lead generation business. You need to generate leads so that you can sell them homes. The more leads you generate, the more chance you have of finding someone who's immediately ready to buy or sell a home. Simple as that. However, all of the stuff that we do in the business plan workbook gets our lives ready. You don't know how many new agents I've talked to that have said, oh, I can't talk to people about real estate. I don't have a website yet, and I don't have a business card yet. None of that matters. Your confidence, even if it's faked, your enthusiasm, even if it's faked, and your willingness to tell people, I am in real estate, and I am so excited because I'm working with a team of people that have years and years of experience, and you will be in great hands when you work in real estate with me, right? And who are those people with all those years and years of experience? They're whoever you associate yourself with after your license. Certainly David Serpa is one of those people. Somebody who's written 2 books on the subject of being successful in real estate. 2 completely different books, both worth the read because they both drive you to more production while selling tons of real estate. So the strategic plan, let's look at it. It's very simple. It's 9 questions. And the first 6 are pretty much easy. It's what do I want to achieve in my business in 5 years? And what do I want to achieve in my life in 5 years? And then what do I want to achieve in my business in 1 year? And what do I want to achieve in my business, in my life in 1 year? These are very, very important questions to ask yourself. Now, you could do, get this, you could do 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, 1 year, 6 months. This one is done 5 years, 1 year, and 6 months. All right, but you can do it any way you want. But the main thing is at least 3 sets of strategic planning so that you're seeing outside of your outside of where you are now. And Stephen Covey in the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People said many years ago that habit number 2 was begin with the end in mind. And that's what the strategic plan is about. Look all the way out there. I have a strategic plan for when I turn 120 years old. I'm not kidding. I truly believe I'll live to 120. So I have a strategic plan about what happens for me when what my life looks like at that point. Okay, so you can build those out for yourself. But for the sake of right now, 5 years is plenty. You say by the end of 5 years, I want to be making $500,000 a year in real estate commissions. Then by the end of next year, you want to be making 100,000. That's the first step. So those are the things for the first 6 questions. It's 5 years, 1 year, and 6 months. But these last 3 questions are also very important. How will I know I'm making progress? And remember, you can't manage what you can't measure. So you've got to measure your progress all along. Am I making the number of calls? What's coming of the calls? Am I writing handwritten notes? Am I calling for sale by owners or expired listings? What am I doing to strategically create the business I want? Number 8, what is the biggest pain in my business right now? For most people, the biggest pain in their business right now is this one word, and that's consistency. Consistency of lead generation, consistency of follow-up, consistency of staying to your plan, consistency of when I go to sleep and when I wake up, consistency of my appetite, my diet, my nutrition, my working out, my relationships with people I love and care about. All of that matters, the biggest thing. Those are usually the biggest pain, but that's not mine to answer, it's yours. What is your biggest pain in your business right now? And then number 9, what's really going well for me in my business right now? And typically on this one, the problem is that we get a lot of people who don't see what's going right in their business. But we also get people who think this is going right when it's not. So please be honest on this. Be deeply honest about what you see that's going right. Personal objectives, the only thing I want you to do on this one, it's family, faith, fun, friends, fitness. I want you to add the word finances at the bottom. It's family, faith, fun, friends, fitness, and finances. And I would love for you to remember that this is all about your personal things in your life. The finances we're talking about down here, that's not in this booklet that I want you to write, is the finances that happen after you've sold real estate and paid all your real estate expenses. This is the money you take home, the money you pay your personal bills with and your taxes with. Now, all of these things I want you to put down. Like, these are the parts of life that are benefited by the money you make selling real estate. So how will things in your family look differently? How will things in your faith, your fun, your friends, and your fitness, and your finances? Core values, that's pretty easy to do. This one has a list of things that you can think of when you do your core values. Basically, write down all the words or phrases that describe the character traits you value most. It might be punctuality, honesty, integrity, reputation, communication, whatever it is. Having fun. If you're a person who likes to have fun, so maybe one of your core values is we have fun in our business. Like, those are the kinds of things. Remember that core values have to be the foundation of which you get the kind of clients you want to believe in the same core values. And when you're hiring other people to work with you, those core values are a match for you. And they have to sign, hey, I promise to live and work by these core values when I come to work with you, Jim Smith, in your real estate business. The next one is the mission statement. There are 5 guiding questions for your mission statement. So if your mission statement is done, you've written it out, then it will answer all 5 of these questions. Why am I in business? What makes me unique? What do I want to be known for? And what do I intend to do better than everyone else? And what do I want to accomplish in my business? Now, for me, I sell real estate still, right? 41 years, I'm still selling real estate. I have the Rick Geha real estate team. And we are, like I said, we cover almost all of Northern California into the Central Valley. And why am I saying that? Because we really take our mission statement very seriously. And ours is just one sentence. The mission statement of the Rick Geha real estate team is to improve the lives of all we serve. That's it. Now, they have an example down here of one, and it's very wordy and very long. I don't like it. I would not use it if I were you. You want it to be brief enough so that you can memorize it and say it passionately and with some excitement, okay? So very important. And of course, the last of the 5 is the SWOT analysis. And this is the most time-consuming one and the most effective. Let me see real quick, hold on. Let's see. Oh, okay. I was seeing this chat box, and I was thinking maybe there was something in there I needed to read. Thank you all, and I will continue on. So the thing about the SWOT analysis is there's an explanation: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. Hence the word SWOT. Okay, so this is a big deal. The strengths and weaknesses are internal things. Those are things that you can control. Opportunities and threats are external things. Those are things you don't control. So you don't control COVID or its effects. You don't control protests and all the worldly events going on. And you don't control the weather or fires. You don't control the interest rate, the inventory, the market in general is not controlled by you. So you can look at those as threats or opportunities. It's up to you. And you fill out this kind of form right here. What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are my opportunities? And what are my threats? Here's the big thing. You want to print up several blank copies of this and give them to others. Give them to people you know, love, and trust, who know, love, and trust you. And then ask them to fill it out. It doesn't matter if they're not in real estate. What matters is what do they see about you that you would like to see, which are your blind spots. I'll give you an example. The first year I filled this out, the first thing I put on strengths right here was patience. Like that. Okay, and then I sent it out to everybody. When two of them came back, one from my wife and one from my assistant, when theirs came out where the word patient was, it was here. When they said, what was your number one weakness? Lack of patience. Now, how do you think I felt about it? I could have been upset, I could have been hurt, or I could have said, they see my blind spots. So this is the reason for passing these out, is so that you can hear what other people are saying and compare it to what you said about yourself. This is a very important as you build your business, knowing what your blind spots are, knowing your strengths and weaknesses, not just what you think they are, but what other people think they are. So those are the top 5 things that are most important, and the rest of the business plan workbook, you can go through them. I am very easily accessible through David. If you need me for anything or want me to get back on with you on this, it would be something that I would be honored to do. I'm going to stop sharing so that that we can focus for a little bit. Thanks for coming back on, David. Now, this is a big subject we're covering, a big subject, and it's never going to be covered in a half hour, in an hour. It's never going to be fully covered in a year. It's going to be a learning as you go. So one of the things I learned from my wife, she's incredibly successful in her own right. She used to say these words, and that was, training doesn't work, it's the work that trains. And why do we say that? I have known so many real estate agents who freeze and say, oh, I don't want to do that yet because I don't know everything. What if they say this and I don't know what to say? That's the beauty of this business. You go out, you make mistakes, you learn from them, you get better, and you move on. That is the beauty of this business. So I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to believe more in yourself after we're done today than you ever have before. I'm going to challenge you to learn to borrow other people's belief in you. David Serpa, for example, has a ton of belief in you, or he wouldn't spend time teaching you. He wouldn't spend time sharing with you. So it's very important. You also have to start to believe in the results of action. If your action doesn't create results, you have a couple of things. Am I doing enough activity? And do my activities need to be tweaked, like maybe what I'm saying or how I'm doing it? All of this is the most incredible business that you could ever get into. I'm in it for almost 41 years, and it has been life-changing. You can experience the same thing, only for you, because of the people you surround yourself with. I'm going to literally pray and see for you the business long before you hit 40 years, because that would make it an incredible life. All right. That's my share, and thank you so much, David. Let me know if there's questions or...
Rick, that was terrific. I love that you, one of the things that I'm lacking in my own business plan is a clear and concise way to, talk about what it is that we do, improve the lives of all we serve, to simplify it in that way. And then I love borrowing belief from others. I think that's fantastic. Beginning with the end in mind. There's so much that goes into business planning that I can't stand because it's too much about the numbers and not enough about the human quality of life. And there's this great quote about, I think it's by JFK, says, the GDP measures everything except for what's really valuable about life.
Oh, did he say that? I've never heard that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's a great quote. I have it in my Utopia for Realists. I could give you the actual quote, but that was fantastic. People are asking, where can we get this template? I'm guessing this is something that is ever changing through your career. Rick is going to send it over to us. You can also reach out to him directly. How can people get a hold of you, Rick?
It's best to just call me, text me, or email me. And Is there a way that I can type that? Oh, I'll put it
Yeah,
in
what's
the
your
chat.
phone number? I'll put it up on the screen.
Okay, it's 510-760-9902.
Okay, 9902. Okay, fantastic. I'm
My
putting
email,
Rick's number up there right now.
and my email is rick@rickgeha.com.
So if you're interested in obtaining a copy of that business plan, if you're interested in joining Rick's organization, feel free to reach out to him directly. Like I said, he's a fantastic resource to utilize. I appreciate you making the time in Cabo, my brother.
My pleasure.
I
And
have
anybody that reaches out to me from this group, please let me know you're from David's group, because I have such respect and admiration for what's going on there. So thank you.
I appreciate it, my brother. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your time in Cabo.
Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
All right, bye, Rick. Wow, what a gift. What a gift. Fantastic. Feel free to reach out to Rick directly at 510-760-9902. And you can get a copy of the SWOT analysis, the business plan. And I love what he had to say about borrowing belief. One of the things that he talked about, he said, I thought that one of my strengths was my patience. And then it turns out that everybody around me was saying that I have a lack of patience. So being able to see yourself clearly is such a gift. So take the time to do that. Participate in this educational series. Of course, all these videos are up on YouTube. This is the final week. This is week 15. The only stuff that's scheduled for the rest of the week is review. So this is really, this is it, my guys, my girls, family. You've got my phone number. My hope is that this will grow beyond me, that we will have additional people teaching real estate in high schools all over the country, online all over the country, that people will start teaching lending and other programs to high school students, so that we can start helping people create this coalition of educators through our community that is invested in creating and empowering this next generation of entrepreneurs. Timothy Buttiger said, thanks for sharing the fire. It was absolutely fantastic. What a gift. So for those of you just tuning in, feel free to watch this from the beginning. That was Rick Geha, one of the top. At one point, he was the most requested trainer in all of Keller Williams in the world. He's in Cabo right now at a wealth building mastermind, and he took the time to finish out this program with us and give back a little bit. This was such good information. What better motto, what better tagline for your business than to improve the lives of all we serve? Thank you, Rick. What a beautiful way to finish out this program. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you've got my phone number, reach out to me. Feel free to text. My number is 951-691-7798. Kind of a trip finishing out this program. All right, get after it. You know where to find me. I'm in the office. Week 15. It's a wrap, really. That's a wrap. Okay. Adios, everybody. On to the next chapter.